Welcome to Tales from the Fandom, a podcast that brings a special guest out of the multiverse and straight to you. And now your host, David Ginsburg.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tales from the Fandom. I'm actually recording this on December 6th for a episode that's coming out tomorrow, which is Jacqulyn Miller's episode. What happened with her episode and another person's episode is that one of my hard drives experienced an issue and it caused me to lose some of my data. And unfortunately, two of the podcast episodes were not recoverable. However, they had been uploaded to my Dropbox, which I had totally forgot about. So now I get to bring you this episode. It was recorded way back at the start of this project back in June. So luckily there wasn't anything time sensitive on this episode that you're going to listen to, and I hope you enjoy it. It was a little bit rough just starting out. I was still a little bit inexperienced, and we were having some connection issues with Skype. I'm not too sure what the problem was, but I cleaned it up the best that I could, and I apologize for the quality of it. Hopefully you guys take a listen to it. I've got a few new episodes on the way besides what's scheduled. I'm hoping to have a Final Fantasy discussion with one of my friends and have that out to talk about the new video game, as well as go back and talk about some of the other ones. And I do have someone on deck to talk about Star Wars Rogue One when it comes out. Hopefully I can see it, because the challenges I face are having 3 kids and not enough time to go see movies when they can't go see the movie with me. Hopefully I'll be able to see it opening weekend and get a podcast recorded and out to you guys soon. However, you do have Matt Forbeck's episode, which comes out on the 12th, who did the young adult version of the book that's coming out, and it's actually releasing on the 16th. The ebook will be out, and then the hardcover, I believe, comes out sometime in March. So you've got some great episodes coming up. Please, please, please share Tales from the Fandom with your friends on your social media sites. And I'd love to get more downloads and listening ears on the podcast episodes. We've got some really great older episodes, including one with the author of the Iron Druid Chronicles, Kevin Hearn, who he himself did a Star Wars novel, Heir to the Jedi, that focused on Luke Skywalker. And we've also just got a whole bunch of great people from going back to June to even episodes that have just come out back in November, like Jesse and Laura of Jessalorus Rex, who are amazing. So definitely check out some of these older episodes, subscribe on iTunes or other apps, excuse me, so that way you can get the downloads every week and the unexpected additional episodes like this one. So enjoy. And also to everyone that listens out in California, Texas, the Netherlands, Canada, and everywhere else, you guys are appreciated, and thank you so much for your continued support. Welcome to Tales from the Fandom, the podcast that brings a special guest out of the multiverse and straight to you. Today's guest is based out of southern Louisiana. Her name is Jacqulyn Miller, and she has been a cosplayer for about 3 years. And Sailor Venus is her first character that she's ever cosplayed. Welcome to Tales from the Fandom, Jacqulyn.
Thank you. It's nice to be talking to you.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure. So how would you describe fandom?
Fandom is something that brings people together, and with similar interests, it brings people together, and it's just something that if you don't have it, you won't understand, but you definitely want to be a part of once you do have it.
Okay. And what fandoms are you into?
I mostly stay into Sailor Moon and Love Live.
And how did you get into Sailor Moon?
One day I just decided to watch the anime because I always thought that Sailor Moon was really pretty when I was little. And even though I'd never seen it, whereas most kids had watched it when they were little, I don't know where I was. Um, I watched it and I kind of just fell in love with it and decided I wanted to dress up one day.
So for the Sailor Moon that you watched the originals that were out back in like say I think it's about mid to late 90s.
Yes.
Okay, did you watch it out of curiosity? Did you watch it dubbed or subtitled?
I watched it dubbed first off, and then I went back and I watched most of it subbed afterwards.
Okay. And are you watching the new Sailor Moon Crystal?
Yes, every Monday I try to wake up and watch it.
Do you prefer the original Sailor Moon or are you more into Sailor Moon Crystal now?
I feel like they both have like really good, like, I don't know, they're both really good in different ways, so it's hard to choose. But I mean, I guess I'm partial to the original because I watched it first.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Crystal's really good too, even though it has a lot of people that, aren't that enthusiastic about it. I still like it.
Okay. Well, at least I know I was talking to another guest and they said that at least Crystal, regardless of how other people might feel, is bringing new people into the fandom, into the Sailor Moon fandom, with it being more accessible.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. The amount of cosplayers I've seen do Sailor Moon since Crystal has come around has probably doubled or tripled.
When you go to conventions and you see the amount of Sailor Moon cosplayers out there, what's your first thought?
To go run up to them and fangirl.
Who's your favorite Sailor Scout?
Sailor Venus.
Sailor Venus. Why do you like her over the others?
Uh, I think we're a lot alike, which I don't know. I guess that means we're really ditzy and stuff. Um, but she's a good leader, and she doesn't get enough credit for what she does. Even though she was the first Sailor Scout to awaken, but she has a really bubbly personality, and she always helps her friends. And she wants to be an idol, which when I was younger, I wanted to be an idol because I sang a lot and stuff. And I don't know, I think just little things we have in common are really cute.
Okay. And do you think that there's an underrated character in Sailor Moon? Maybe one of the Senshi or even a side character that doesn't get the attention that they deserve?
Uh, well, I think that Naru slash Molly, I don't think, I mean, they kind of just write her out of the series randomly after like season three. So I feel bad for her because she would make a really cute Sailor Scout.
And was she Sailor Moon's friend?
Yeah, she was her best friend that in like the English dub, like she had this really country accent and it was really cute.
Oh, okay. I think I remember her. It's been a long time since I've seen Sailor Moon.
Yeah, she'd just be like, Serena.
Huh? Do you prefer dubbed or do you prefer the subtitled?
I like subbed more, but I've been trying to catch myself up with like 90s animes that I missed when I was
Hmm.
little and stuff, and for whatever reason, their dubs are just really good. So I've been watching a lot of 90s dubs lately.
Okay. And when you saw Sailor Moon and you saw the characters, I mean, what drew you to the story of Sailor Moon? Like, why did that catch your attention more than anything else?
Well, at first it was just because they're pretty, but I thought it was really cute and romantic how like all the girls were like, "Oh, Sailor Moon brought us together because of friendship," and they didn't have that before. They were all really shy and kept to themselves. And then like she has this guy over here and yeah, they're in love and everything, but she doesn't really like leave out the girls just because like she has this guy, which is also really nice. And like they can just all work together and I don't know. I really like the aspect of the friendship and everything triumphing over evil and all.
And how did you get into cosplay?
Um, well, I wanted to dress as Sailor Venus one Halloween, And so I bought our costume online from a site. I didn't know I bought it. It was off of eBay. And then I just I started to like add little things to her costume because like it didn't even come with gloves. I was like, why didn't it come with gloves? But one day I wanted to go to a cosplay convention, and my mom was like, okay, well, I'll go with you. And it was about an hour away, and it was really small. And I dressed as Team Rocket a year before that, but like it was just like the shirt and like the pants. There's no wig or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I brought both of those costumes, and I I didn't know a single person at the convention, not a soul, and I just walked around with my mom all weekend in my little Sailor Venus outfit and my Team Rocket outfit. But people were really, really nice. They were like, hey, Sailor Venus. And I was like, what? Do you know who I am? I don't know. That was kind of how it happened. And then once I went, I wanted to go again. And I wanted to bring people with me.
Okay, so you just happened to fall into it.
Yeah, I started off, I didn't know a single soul.
How is it nowadays, since that first convention?
It's completely different because I felt like cosplay was a place like cosplayers and stuff. I felt like they had their own thing going, and I didn't think that I was going to fit in or be accepted because I was never that type of person. Before I started watching anime, I thought it was kind of weird because people at my school that were into it were really strange, and it just had like a really bad rep. So it was just weird that I was kind of like going into this like place where before I didn't want anything to do with it.
Do you make your own costumes, or are you a person that gets the costumes from a site?
I'm both. Um, I've made some of my costumes, and some of them I alter. Like I'll buy and just alter. I usually alter more so now because I work a whole lot, so I don't have very much time to sit there and work on my costumes like I used to.
Okay. What other costumes are you working on?
I just got my schoolgirl I can't talk this morning, I'm sorry. My schoolgirl outfit for Minako. So I'm excited to do that. And then I got my Love Live Start Dash school uniform outfit, which I have a group going to the Louisiana Lafayette Comic Con in October, and we're supposed to perform there. So I'm excited to do that. I'll be doing Ellie.
You had mentioned that you had done Team Rocket as one of your initial cosplays. Are you into Pokemon?
Oh yeah, Pokemon is the only reason I even like. I think it's the only reason I gave anime a chance because I love Pokemon since I was like 5 years old. Like I've religiously watched it and like recorded it on my VHS when I was little. And then
Mm-hmm.
I guess I grew up one day and I was like, Pokemon. But one day when I was like 16, I saw it again on Facebook. I was like, hey, this still exists. Well, that's really weird. That's cool. And that was all it took. I woke up the next morning, I was watching episodes, and it started all over again.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh God, I don't know. I like evolutions. I don't. I feel like that sounds basic though. I don't know. Like I should think of a better one. Um, I really liked Vulpix when I was younger.
Okay.
I liked Vulpix and I liked Umbreon.
Okay. I've always been a Psyduck person.
Oh really?
Yep.
That's funny.
Gotta give love to the Psyduck.
I feel like Psyduck's pretty popular.
Really?
I mean, at least back in the day.
Well, back in the day when he was wandering around with Misty and coming out and causing trouble.
Yeah, he was
Now there's a whole new generation of Pokemon that I don't know.
the same. I still play the games, but I don't watch the anime.
My kids watch it right now. I think they might be watching it right now as we speak. And there's one. It's a bird character where it looks like it's wearing a lucha libre wrestling mask called Halucha,
Yes.
and that just cracks me up.
I mean, at least the Pokemon still act the same. It just makes me
Yeah.
sad. The voice actors are different, and I don't like it. And I want Misty and Brock back.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice to see them back. I know that Brock showed up in later seasons, but I know he's not in the one that's going on right now.
Yeah, they just replaced all of them.
Yeah, except for Ash and Pikachu.
Well, Team Rocket's still there, but it's not the same. I don't think. I don't think they show up as much anymore.
I don't think so. At least not what I've caught when my kids are watching it. They show up and it's still Jesse, James, Meowth, and I think Wobbuffet is still there, but their main Pokemon are gone because they released them at some point in the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not the same. But
So you're more of the video game player for Pokemon?
I am now. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a game that you love more than the others, or you just buy the latest one when it comes out and just switch over to that?
I mean, I do that, but I think Silver is like my fave.
Okay. Right now I only have the Pokemon. I think it's X or Y, and that's it.
I have most of them. I have the Alpha Sapphire that came out about a year and a half ago, and it was all right. But X and Y was there's definitely a lot more to do on that one. I feel like
Right.
just post game and stuff.
So you've mentioned Love Live. What is it?
Oh, it's idol trash at its finest. Basically, a group of 9 girls end up coming together to form this idol group called Muse. Although nobody is into the idea at first, a girl named Hanukkah kind of like just brings everybody together one by one, recruiting these girls, and they just kind of like their main goal is to like premiere and like be an actual like professional idol group for like school idols, not like I don't know. I guess it's a little bit different from professional, but like they want to be like professional school idols, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know. It's really cutesy, and I don't. You have to be like either a girl or like one of those guys who like really likes cutesy girly like animes in order to like it. I feel like because my boyfriend really hates it. So
And which '90s animes are you going back and watching? Because I'm real curious about that.
I'm about to finish Utina today, Revolutionary Girl Utina.
I'm familiar with that one.
It's pretty good. Although it took 34 episodes to get to a plot, I'm very happy with it.
Okay.
I watched Yu Yu Hakusho earlier this year, and I cosplayed Kurama from it, which was really fun because I really like the character. And I watched Rurouni Kenshin, which was probably my favorite. And what else did I watch? I watched some of Slayers also,
Okay.
which was pretty good. I'm trying to think. I had a whole list of animes I watched, and then I got a new phone, and that's the only note that like did not come over to this phone, and I'm kind of depressed because it had like 200 animes on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think I mean, do you prefer the current animes to the '90s ones, or when you went back and watched the '90s ones, were you more into those?
I think I'm partial to 90s animes for a couple of reasons, like the art style and stuff. I just think it's I don't know, I guess cooler looking just because I'm used to it. But the plots, they aren't as cheesy as like people make them out to be. Some are definitely, but not all of them. I really enjoy like 90s animes. But not to say that I don't enjoy like current animes.
Right. Do you have any on deck that you're about to start watching that you're really interested in?
Um, I make all these lists and I say that I'm gonna watch all these animes. And the second I finish an anime, I'm like, God, I have nothing to watch. Um, I might watch Cowboy Bebop because I never really watched that one yet. I don't know.
I have not watched that all the way through. I have a friend that loves it,
Hmm.
and so I would definitely recommend that one.
Yes. Oh wait, I watched a show called Kudacha that isn't very popular, but
Okay.
it's from like the mid 90s or whatever, and it was so good. I don't know, like this little 11-year-old girl acting really like 11-year-old like. And
Mm-hmm.
it takes most of like the English voice actors from Yu Yu Hakusho, and a lot of them are in it. So I don't know. I like it.
Okay. Awesome. So if you were going to give advice on somebody that wanted to maybe get into cosplay, what advice would you give them?
Um, Probably just to go ahead and do it because you shouldn't really care if people think it's strange or they don't understand it. If you enjoy it, you should definitely go for it.
Awesome. And where can people find you if they're after listening to this podcast and they're interested in checking out your work or finding out more about you, where can they find you?
I usually do most of my stuff on Instagram, and I have a cosplay page on Instagram. It's muchhotness.cosplay. And then I do a few things on Facebook, but I'm not very updated on it, and I need to be better about that.
Okay. So if anyone's interested, you can check out the links for the show, and her Instagram will be listed on there. And definitely, I'll put your Facebook up there, even if you're not using it that much, just in case people want to check it out on Facebook as well.
All right. That sounds good.
Well, that's all that we have for today. Jacquulyn, thank you so much for being part of this podcast. I really appreciate you making the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Tales from the Fandom. Subscribe to us on iTunes or your podcast app of choice. Follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/talesfromthefandom to see photos, links, leave feedback, and check out upcoming guests. If you'd like to be a guest, email David at talesfromthefandom@gmail.com.